You heard about the blue beats?
No, what do you mean?
You know what I'm saying? You know about the blue beats.
I don't know what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Comics Noob podcast, number 13. Ooh, spooky.
Oh, shit.
Spooky at the end of August. Yeah, I don't know. What's up, guys? Welcome back. My name is Chris. I am the Comics Noob. Or you can just call me Chris. Or whatever. And with me, as always, is my family. Alec, AJ Dubs.
Yep, that's me. That's this guy right here with the high-pitched voice, you know?
Yeah, no, you don't have a high... You have a low voice than I do.
Do I really?
Yes, and speak into your microphone, man. Come on.
I am.
No, you weren't before. Anyway, okay, what's up, guys? What's going on? If you don't know what this show is, basically what it is I am new to comics, more or less. I used to read comics when I was a kid. Came back. Started reading comics 13 episodes ago. Started with the...
Started reading comics 13 episodes.
Yeah, no, I got back into comics and starting with...
real quick, sorry to cut you off, but I was thinking about that. Like, what happens, on podcast number 250? Like, you're not a noob anymore. You know what the fuck's going on now. Like, is there a name change in order, or does it just continue? Like,
no, because
I've been thinking about that a lot lately.
No, because what I realized what by then it's more like a like not a funny thing, but it's more like it's a nostalgic thing now. Like I used to be the Comics Noob. It's still the Comics Noob podcast. It is what it is. That's what happens with these things. And I thought about this. Like I thought about what I wanted to call the show, myself, and everything. Considering the point is I was getting back into comics, and I was like, you know what? I want to fucking talk about it. And the only other person that I know that really reads comics is my nephew Alec here. So I was like, dude, you want to do a podcast and talk about comics? And he was like,
yeah.
where have you been all my life?
Yeah, right. What the fuck have you been waiting for?
So. Yes, so we decided to start this thing, and I figured the Comics Noob. It's more so the fact that there's a lot of shit that because I'm starting with DC. We started with DC Rebirth, and because we started with DC Rebirth, there's a lot of backstory that's either going to be canon or not. But either way, there's a lot of shit that I don't know. A lot of shit Alec doesn't know about the things we're reading, about the IPs that we're reading, and we kind of wanted to get the fans, anyone who's a fan of comics, we wanted to get everyone involved, and you can basically school us and let us know what we missed, why this was this, why they possibly could have done that, things like that, you know what I mean? And that's more of what it is than, as far as the noob is concerned, as far as there's a lot of back stuff that we don't know and whatever. So that's that. So enough of...
I feel like if you haven't been reading every single comic book ever since day one of comic books, you're probably a noob in some aspect. There's something out there that you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah,
I don't think there's anybody out there that just knows everything about everything in comics. Like, comics is much too. That's like saying everything about every video game.
But
you just don't. It's too vast.
That's true. I mean? But I do. But I listen to more than a couple actually, probably more than I should, comic book podcasts, and there are some people out there that know, like my age. I'm 37. That know. They know what the fuck they're talking about. Like, they remember everything, and it's that's cool, and it's so that's basically the deal with that. So today on the show, if you don't know what we do, we talk about usually three, maybe four, maybe five comics on the show, and then we do maybe a little topic, and then we end with the segment called You Should Read. And today we're going to talk about The Flash, number 5 from the DC Rebirth. It's all DC Rebirth this week. It's a lot of we're not DC fanboys specifically, but we do read a lot of DC shit. Mainly just the Rebirth
DC, shit. I don't know, DC, their characters and their story arcs and shit are a lot better. Like Marvel is the thousands and thousands and thousands of Marvel heroes that'll never even be seen again because they're just worthless.
Well, the thing with Marvel. The thing with Marvel is
Wonder Man, what the fuck?
Yeah. Well, they have their own thing. Look, DC, say what you will about DC. Yeah, they fucking reboot every whatever many years, and that's fine.
Marvel does that shit too.
Marvel does it too. Everyone.
You know how many fucking like Spider-Man series and shit go on at the same time?
Yeah.
Like how we
Well,
talk about Batman, how Batman does that. Like Marvel does that with every.
And so, I mean, in
yeah.
right now they've got Civil War going on, Civil War 2 going on, where they've done Civil War 1, Civil War for the, and then they did like all the side stories with the X-Men. Then there's Spider-Man and Iron Man, and then Captain Marvel, and like it's too much. Like I'm reading the Civil War 2, but I'm only reading the main story. I've grabbed a couple of the X-Men and Spider-Man, but I keep starting them and stopping them. Like I haven't even gotten through one full issue each of those. Not that it's not interesting. It's just I'm reading all this other stuff that is more interesting. But the Civil War 2, particularly, just that main storyline is freaking awesome. Like I'm really enjoying that. And I've talked about it more than once on this show. But yeah, you know, it's also easy for us because the Rebirth, it was new. We started at number 1, and today we're going to talk about a Rebirth issue, but for another character, Blue Beetle. So just to get it out of the way, we're doing the Flash 05. We're doing Suicide Squad number 1 after we did Rebirth a couple weeks ago, and we're doing Blue Beetle Rebirth issue. So those are the 3 we're going to talk about. And so, yeah, so basically that's, yeah, you know, it's, and again, this show is spoilers. We're going to go over the issues and we're going to talk about the issues. We're going to talk about what happens in them. So this is definitely a spoiler podcast. So if you haven't read it yet, maybe wait till after you read it to hear us, if you listen to us, which we would love for you to do. And then, you know, it's just, yeah, you're right. There's a lot of, we mainly do a lot of, not mainly, but we do a lot of DC stuff. And not even just Rebirth, though. We're reading Wacky Raceland, which is DC. We also do a bunch of Image, Boom Studios. We're reading some stuff from Boom. So we read a lot of different... It's really... But we really read the stuff that, you know, we sound like we praise a lot of the shit we read, but it's because we read the shit we like. You know?
Yeah.
We do talk about shit that we don't... We also talk about shit that, like, if we tried a comic... Like Green Arrow, we were like basically on the fence of whether or not we're going to continue it, and then they go ahead and they fucking leave him on a fucking island when you're like, fuck, now I got to read the next issue. But we're going to, this is actually a good example because we're going to cut back on the Green Arrow. We're not going to we're not going to talk about every issue as it comes out. We're going to wait and do it like maybe once a month. So like once a show, we'll talk like if there's 2 issues in a month, we'll talk about those 2 issues. So like every 4th podcast, you're going to hear about Green Arrow or some shit like that, however it works out to be. Because we're just going to... Because there's other new shit coming out that we're reading, and it's just... There's a lot of shit. Our list of comics since 12 weeks ago has... It's doubled. At least, maybe even tripled at this point. You know?
Yeah, pretty much.
But anyway, I like it. It's cool. So, all right. Well, there you go. So we talked a little bit about some shit. That was our little topic in the beginning. Great. Why don't we just go right ahead and hit off... let's just go right into The Flash, okay? So, The Flash, number 5, DC Universe Rebirth, Barry's Day Off. This is what
one of our favorites, right? I mean, we're always praising.
Flash! Yeah, we love Flash. I have some things to say about this issue, though. So I guess I'll just I'll recap real quick what goes on. It opens up with Mina Dewan, who is calling herself the Fast Woman Alive. She actually, I'll get to it. She actually named herself something. She's got a superhero name. I don't remember what it is. But I like, so it kicks off where she explains that she's been running around and she's been moonlighting as a superhero while training other speedsters that got hit from the Speed Force. She's been kind of dating Barry. She's looking pretty hot in that 80s shirt with the mini skirt. Looking pretty hot there on the beach. Pretty nice. Not gonna lie. They're in Bali because they can. It's just cool. So Barry's like, you know what? I'm gonna take a fucking day off. I'm gonna go hang out. I'm gonna go hang out with Iris because we haven't seen each other in a while.
You know, like...
Yeah, she's, you know, Mina's going back and she's still, you know, in August is trying to helping train the speedsters. You have, I'm sorry, I'm really tired. It was a really long day today. You have Wally West, the new Wally West in this universe, is deciding whether or not he wants to get into Star Labs and learn to train. He just doesn't want anybody knowing that he has these powers, specifically his Aunt Iris. He doesn't want her to know. Yeah. Mina senses him outside, decides, hey, you know, why don't I train you if you don't want to go inside? I'll just fucking train you. You know, like, let's go ahead and let me show you some tricks that the Flash taught me. So she spends the afternoon training him, which is really cool. I really enjoyed that because we haven't seen Wally. We've seen him only a few times, and he hasn't really done anything. And I think it's cool to have him thrown in the mix, especially this Wally.
Yeah, they do cars and shit.
She
fucking car.
Dude, he can shoot fucking lightning out of his hands.
Yeah, he's like, if I really focus, I can shoot lightning. And then he's saying how he doesn't want anyone to know about his powers because people close to you get hurt. You know, when they know that you're powerful like that and shit.
Yeah.
Then the fucking guys fall off the building.
Right.
And he's like, oh, I never ran. Who says that she said she never ran up a building before, right?
Yeah, her name is Fast Track. She named herself Fast Track.
Fast Track. That's
but
right.
Very cool. Yeah, very cool.
But we have no choice.
Yeah, they both discover that they can run up the building. I mean, this comic, the story is still really cool. Really cool things happen in this comic, and I really like it. So, and specifically in this issue, very, very cool. I was like, while he was like, so after they save him and they're talking, and she's like, let's get out of here because we don't want anyone to see you without a mask. And I'm like, well, fuck. I'm like, shit, he's got no mask on, and they just saw him do that. But then it doesn't really matter because the city already knows that there's people that have powers.
Yeah, there's so many of them right
now. So it's kind of
it's just a better idea to keep your face covered,
Yeah.
If anything,
Exactly. So... And then, so after that, basically, they say, she's like, listen, meet me here every day, and we'll I'll train you. And he's like, all right, cool. So Iris and Barry head back to the police lab or the police station. He gets chewed out because he's never around, and August has been doing all this stuff, and, so he gets so Barry's got to get thrown back into the mix. He's like, fuck, I guess my day off is over. And then and then it cuts to Mina, who's back at Star Labs, and guess what? Fucking Godspeed isn't dead. And they thought he was dead because they took out Black Hole. And I didn't think that guy was Black Hole. The Godspeed, the bad guy of Black Hole. I forget his name. I did not think that he was the guy. I don't know why they thought that. They thought they stopped Godspeed. And I'm like, what? That guy was a fucking chump. You thought that was Godspeed?
Yeah, exactly.
Get the fuck out of here.
You're talking about the guy that turned into the fucking storm, right?
Right. Yeah. The storm monster.
Carver was his name, I think.
Carver, right.
Yeah.
So anyway... Really cool bunch of pages, the next few pages, where they're fighting. So he's trying to he just takes off and starts going around them. They're like, we got to go the other way and try and stop him from, because that's what they did the last time. Oh, maybe that's why they thought he was Godspeed, because he was going around them trying to steal their force, Carver. And I think that's maybe what thought that he was like that. But it's, so basically Flash and August show up, and August still doesn't have a name, running around in his fucking steampunk outfit. And they end up, so they show up at the very end because, what's her face went out there to get them. God, why can't I think of anybody's name? I can't think of anybody's fucking name. Avery. So sorry, guys. Avery. And I'm looking at the comic. So Mina sends Avery out there to find Flash. She finds Flash in August.
They try to do their little, run against his speed thing, and they get fucked up. Or she gets fucked up. She's like,
But, so then at the very fucking end, the Flash makes it there, and she's gone. She's literally out of her costume, which means she's naked, which is kind of cool. Which is awesome. But these guys are literally they're like the eye sockets. Their eye sockets, they look like skeletons. Like, what the fuck? They're drained. Yeah, they're cooked, drained. And it's pretty fucking sick. So that's what happens. So that's what happens at the end of that. And I want to say I'm glad that the lightning crackles are back.
Yes.
But I have to say, now we're going to get into the notes section of this issue. I have to say, okay, again, great art. Not that the art is not good. The comic, this is not the same person as it was last time either. This is a different artist now, I believe. Still really cool, but I really, really miss the
best
old
artist is the one with the really long name that's hard to pronounce.
the first two issues.
Yeah,
First 2 or 3 issues.
It's like D something, D Carm something like that. It's
Yeah,
like
D
really
Jimmy,
long fucking
D
name,
Giacomo or something like that. Yeah. I really fucking miss that, because that art was different than anything we were reading, and I just really enjoyed it. And now I just feel like I'm going to tell you I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed because I feel like it's like now we're back in just regular comic territory, which is stupid and dumb, but at the same time that's how I feel, because I couldn't wait to see the art for the next issue of The Flash, and now it's just like back to Again, it's great art. I'm not trying to say it's not great. The art itself is great. But for this comic, having come from that, I hope he comes back. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. I know it's a tough schedule. I know they got to fucking swap out teams because it's a bi-monthly thing. I get that. But I really, really miss that. So, also that when she tries to punch and he's intangible, she punches right through him. But that was kind of fucking cool. All right, let's take a look at my notes. What else we got?
He's just like vibrating and shit so fast. He's like can't even punch him.
Yeah, and can I tell you, at the end of the comic, I really felt bad for these guys. Like damn, like I care about these guys, even though I didn't even know who these nameless two were. Besides Avery, there's these two other guys that basically look like the same person. Don't know what happened. I just feel really bad for them. The fact that Godspeed's fucking them up. Like I don't like it. Like I was really excited to have like this Speed group. I was going to say Force, but the Speed Force is an intangible thing, not the group of people. But the Speedsters, I like them. I like it. I like the whole concept. But again, moving fast, because now what's going to happen? What happened? Are the Speedsters done? Or are they not going to get training because the fucking lab is destroyed? Like, this threw a wrench into everything, which is, again, really good storytelling in my book, because it's like, well, we didn't sit there for 5 issues with them getting trained and this and that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, again, this comic doesn't fail to deliver. Although I gotta say, like, this particular ending is a little lacking compared to what it's been. You know what I mean? Like, every issue's been like, oh, damn, at the end. And this is more like, okay, well, yeah, something crappy happened, but, But anyway, overall, that's everything I wanted to say about The Flash. Great, another great one. I enjoyed it. I love the characters. I really like where the character's going. I like Mina. At first, I was like, ugh, who's this bitch? But I like her. I like how it goes.
Yeah.
I like her. I like a lot of fast people. It's really cool.
A lot of fastness,
Yeah. Sorry. So, anything else? What do you got?
No, it's about it for me.
It's basically it, guys. Let us know what you thought of Flash issue 5. What your thoughts were. If you agreed, if you disagreed, if you don't call me an asshole about it, that's fine. Let us know what you think, because that's why we're here. So, yeah. All right, let's move on to the next one.
What are we doing next?
What we're going to do next is Suicide Squad number 1. Okay, I got some things to say about this, okay? Let's, I'm just going to recap. First of all, which cover did you get? The one where all of them on there, or the one with Harley Quinn in the front?
Yeah, the one with Harley holding the bat.
Fucking great art, man.
Yeah,
what a great fucking cover.
I did the cover, man.
I know. Yeah, I don't know which variant that was.
I know Jim Lee draws this shit right now.
Yeah. Anyway, so... Alright, so just to recap it real quick. Okay. We gotta wait till the next issue to get anything meaty, because this was just a rehashing of... Now we just saw the movie this month. Beginning of this month, we watched the movie. We did a whole episode about it, Alec and I. So I don't know about you, Alec, but for me, that's still like real fresh in my mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's basically like, well, all right, look, this is the same shit. She.
I mean, I thought the shoe was funny as fuck.
Well, all right, well, we'll get there. Yeah, we'll get there. But hold on. So I'm just rehashing the issue. So basically, Waller's flying to, and this is the fat Waller. This is the fat version of Waller, or the big boned, or the plus size version of Waller, not the one from like the Batman comic who's thinner and stuff. So basically, they get all of they get them all, and they bring them into, the middle of this. She goes to the prison, and she collects all of these idiots. And it's like, guess what, guys? You're my bitches now. So there you go. You're my bitches. And it briefly goes Deadshot, Assassin, Harley Quinn, Psycho, Captain Boomerang, Australian, blah, 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 blah. Pulls them all in. Interesting is there's no Slipknot or Diablo. So I guess those characters aren't going to be in there. Again, this is a situation where you guys can let us know. I mean, were these the original Suicide Squad members? No. Or was Diablo and Slipknot and whoever else?
The Suicide Squad is different pretty much every time.
All right, so basically this is this incarnation. Okay, so whatever, we'll drop it.
I don't think anybody in here is part of the original Suicide Squad from back in the day.
But this is now the original Suicide Squad. Now, not original. This is it now. Whatever. This is our Suicide Squad. So, only Enchantress and
like last I read, New Suicide Squad.
Yeah,
that was the last New 52.
Yeah,
fucking Suicide Squad. There was Black Manta was in there. Joker's daughter was in there.
Shit.
Yeah.
But was that after these characters? Like, were these like the original, and then they got another one in there, and then now they're back to these guys? You know what I mean?
Not that I remembered. I don't remember Killer Croc ever being in there.
Yeah, I don't. Fuck knows. I don't know why he's in there. I'm not a huge fan of Killer Croc. I'm not a huge fan of Killer Croc.
Killer Croc is fucking awesome.
No, I don't like him like this.
As a Batman villain.
I like him from what we read, where it's a dude with a skin condition. I like that better than the actual crocodile guy.
No, but that's what he is.
Is he? Oh, you like that better?
He is. No, that's what he's supposed to be. Yeah, he's this big, huge fucking, because he was born with a skin condition, and it made him look like this, and he fucking, he basically said, all right, then fuck all of you. I'm going to become your worst nightmare. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And just became a fucking monster.
And now he lives in the sewers and he fucking eats people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he's a Batman villain. He's
right.
in the Gotham City sewers.
Captain Boomerang is a Flash villain, right?
Yeah, he just comes out and kills people and eats
and
people.
Deadshot's a Flash villain, right? Mainly, or he's his own thing.
In a team setting like this, that's a little.
I think he's his own thing. I thought he had a deal with, and I'm just going on by the Arrow TV show. He's the one that he killed Diggle's brother or something like that, and he had an issue because they did the Suicide Squad in Arrow like a season ago or something like that. That was my first viewing or seeing of the Suicide Squad was on Arrow. So anyway, besides that, I enjoyed the fact that it made Jude Moon a freelance illustrator. You see, now I'm just used to them what they were from the movie, which is dumb, but that's what I know them as now, And I think a freelance, she's this like young girl. She looks like she's like 16, 17, 18 years old as a freelance illustrator. Or maybe she's like 20 something because if she's a freelance. So I don't know. But anyway, back to the storyline. So she collects them and the dude's like, we better not be going into space. And they go into space. And I was like, okay, well, whatever. It's fine. And obviously they give Captain Boomerang like these silly fucking one-line things, Hey, you can get the footy on this, all right, great, So, all right, so, okay, I had an issue with this only because I like how she was playing Pokemon Go up there.
Yo, that was funny.
And okay, so before I get into my issue, so they're in space, and Killer Croc gets sick, and
Killer Croc puking in his helmet. I laughed out loud. I don't know why. It was the funniest shit. I was taking a shit while I was reading this too.
That's pretty funny. So what happens is once they get dropped from the ship that's orbiting Earth, they drop them down, and they're supposed to be doing this like very discreetly, like getting in discreetly to this place. Where are they going now? Rogue Russian state. So they're going to go to this. They have to go into a rogue Russian state. A rogue Russian state is studying it in a heavily. I'm sorry. A cosmic item fell. All right, there we go. Sorry. So something fell from space. Something fell from space, and they have to go and get it before some Russians do. damn Russians, right?
Damn, so they had to drop them.
So they did an orbital drop, but what happens is,
Shit.
so what happens is, I think what happened here was, so they're trying to fire reverse boosters. Oh, that's my phone. They're trying to fire like reverse boosters and shit, and as he's barfing, Flag is like, "Oh fucking, he's gonna die," and she's like, "So what? Who cares?" She's like, "He's gonna die. He's gonna die." So he jumps out of his seat. It kind of throws everything off whack, and the thing starts.
It threw off the balance and shit.
Right. So now they're upside down, and it's plummeting them to the earth, and so she's like, "Why?" She's yelling. What? Oh, and I thought it was pretty funny the whole time. Deadshot's sleeping this entire time. This is going on until it starts. Right, until it starts to break up around them. And he's like,
what?
He's
oh,
like,
hey,
what?
We're gonna die.
Oh, we're going to die. About time, yeah. Why are we dying? You know, like, what's her face is saying? Harley Quinn's like, why are we dying? And Boomerang's just like, this is fucking great, you know, just great. So, obviously, Rick Flag, his only course is to have June bring out the Enchantress, which is kind of cool. And then once she does, she's like, you're all fucking dead. I'm going to fucking kill you all. She calls them blood cattle, finite meat sacrifices. And she talks in some language. I thought that was cool. I was like, they let her out immediately. She's like, I'm going to fucking destroy all of you, you sons of bitches. So
she's like, no, yes, fools, human blood cattle.
Right. Yeah, so they blast through.
That's awesome.
What, they blasted through the Arctic. Like, looks like this Now, of course, they couldn't land in the water that's like 100 feet next to them. They landed in the fucking, they slammed right into this fucking ice fucking thing, which was fucking crazy. And I was like, oh shit. So yeah, I mean, the barf gimmick was interesting. I thought it was an interesting way to get them to get in trouble. So that was pretty cool. And then it ends, and then that's that. But I was like, really? That's it? But then you keep reading, and now they go into the personnel file of Deadshot. So now we get a little backstory, and I was like, oh, all right, I'll go with the fucking backstory. You know what I mean? And this was actually way more interesting than seeing the, you know, what happened in the actual story. You know what I mean? I enjoyed this personnel file
with killing
Bruce Wayne. Yeah, so okay,
10 million.
So I like that we get a double shot. Like I like that we get like a little bit of that, and then we get like this, and you know, I mean, you got to do what you got to do, right? So, dude, I'm like, are these guys Cobra? Like, is this supposed to be like Cobra Command? Like, is that Serpentor? Is that supposed to be like Serpentor from Cobra Command? Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, wait, what? I mean, are the Cobras something new? Or is this just something made up for now? Like, I don't know. So if you guys know, let us know. But, yeah, so Deadshot is meeting with the Cobras. And he's meeting with this guy named the Nagas, which is, I guess, one of the heads of the Cobras or whatever, one of the lieutenants, whatever. Anyway, they want Deadshot to kill Bruce Wayne. So, and then it cuts to when Waller basically was telling Floyd Lawton that he's going to end up being, you know, we're going to put you in this squad and you're going to do what the fuck you say. I just really enjoyed, so it's about his daughter, which is cool. I really enjoyed the story so the story goes like this. He put on a costume. All right, so apparently Lawton was rich. I don't know from where. He's rich. He had a lot of money, and he was attending like all these like high society Gotham parties and stuff like that. And the Batman came. Oh, they were being held up, and Batman shows up, and he saw that in a costume, Batman could do good. Now, he doesn't necessarily want to do good, I think, but he decides to put on a costume, like the way Waller describes it, you know. But I think considering the crap storm that your life had been prior, that you also saw a good guy taking down some bad guys, and that inspired you too, it made you believe that you could be something more despite your ugly past. So I guess he decides that he wants to maybe change his life for his kid, you know. I guess, right? I guess that's what that was.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, give her a better life, right? Like, stay away from her and shit like that.
This podcast is like so fucked, man. I just got a phone call and it notifies me on my computer with my phone calls, and I cut it out. You guys don't hear it, but yeah, it's fucking annoying. Anyway, yeah, so it should be better for his daughter, which is cool because that's what they did in the movie. So I can't tell whether they're taking some stuff from the movie or vice versa. You know what I mean? Like,
of course, they're taking elements of it. I feel like it attracts people.
I guess
it makes it easier for new people to catch on.
Yeah, people right.
That are like, oh, this movie's awesome. I'm gonna go read the comic.
So a very similar thing going on.
It came out like the Rebirth issue was pretty much the week of the movie,
right? Which is why we did that. Because we read it.
It was like right on time,
Yeah.
So I'm sure they wanted to attract more people.
Right. So either way, I still like it. I like the fact that his redemption is his daughter, and he does this thing, and really cool. He called Bruce Wayne. Obviously, he contacted him beforehand. He made it all rubber bullets, this and that. But what ends up happening is, so he basically enlists Batman to help him find his daughter, which they do. Oh, sorry, didn't mention that Cobra has his daughter, and he's like, "You're gonna do what you are gonna do," because he's like $10 million, and they're like, "No, we're not gonna give you $10 million to kill Bruce Wayne. You're gonna do it for free because we have your daughter." And he's like, "Well, fuck you," So then he gets Bruce Wayne, Batman, to help him. They find his daughter, and he ends up killing the guy out of rage and stuff like that. But his daughter, at that point, his daughter finds out that he is a bad guy. He's Deadshot. He's a bad guy, and he goes to the he's like, "Take me away." So similar to the movie in that his daughter kind of sees him, who he could be, and then Batman takes him away. So, I mean, they did it. I like this better than the movie, obviously. But, so anyway. So that's the story. That's the origin story. Well, that's his induction into the Suicide Squad. I'm looking forward to, obviously, they're probably not going to do a whole lot of backstory stuff. I'm sure is there a Deadshot out right now? I'm sure I can go back and read that.
Last I remember, there was a Deadshot and Katana. It was called Most Wanted Deadshot and Katana. I don't know if that's still going on, but it was like a little series.
But does that have anything to do with this? You know what I mean? Did they change his fucking backstory? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, I thought it was a couple. I just want to go over a few, like a couple cool things. The beginning part of the comic, when it does that, I'm kind of getting tired of the rehashing of the story, of how they come together. I hope that's the last we see it now. You know what I mean? Like, I know I've seen it in the movie, and I saw it in the comic, and I get it. If no one watched the movie and they're going to read the comic, you have to see how they come together and who they are. Great. I don't want to see it again. I'm over it, personally. I am looking forward to the interactions between them. I think they ended it in a really cool place where they crash into the ice, and how the fuck are they going to get out of it? They all look like they're unconscious. Well, actually, Killer Croc looks like he's flipping out. Harley looks like she's unconscious. You know what I mean? The barfing thing was cool. I like Captain Boomerang's little quips. So I'm excited to see where it goes. I'm excited to see how they contain the Enchantress. I mean, I think it's cool. I wish. I was gonna say I wish it was more in this one, but I guess not. I guess it was what it was, right?
Yeah, no, I like that shit. I like this shit. I think it's
cool. I love Deadshot's costume. I love his fucking outfit. Yeah. I think it's fucking dope. Katana's outfit, I think, is fucking dope. I love how they make her look. She's like a beefy fucking... This guy, he draws his females, very, tight-hipped, broad-shouldered fucking badasses, Yeah. Katana fucking looks awesome, though. I like her fucking costume. It's simple, but I like the shit. Yeah, I don't know. And we got Batman. So anytime you can get fucking Batman in one of these fucking things, fucking pretty fucking cool. Also, he gets shot in the face, which was pretty cool. I like that. I like how we got Lawton got shot in the face, and it like decimated one half of his fucking thing, so she can see his face. Yeah, you know what I mean? But I'm like, well, then what's the point of that? If it one shot and that's it, it could take one hit and that's it. I guess it's better than getting shot in their face and dying immediately.
Yeah, right.
But
it's better than fucking, I mean, 2 hits is better than 1 hit. You know what I mean?
Like, yeah, exactly. It's just like in like Link or something, or Mario. It's like Mario when you get after you hit that mushroom, you get that 1 hit, and then the next hit you're dead.
Exactly. See that extra hit? It's like, damn.
Floyd Lawton Mario fucking reference. There you go. You swore. You know what happens next. He goes, I know. You're my father. Yeah. Sorry, kid. Sorry to disappoint you. Yeah, so I liked it. I mean, I liked it. You know, it is what it is. It had to be what it was for the beginning. These first issues are always rough until you get into them, you know? Except the Flash. The Flash first issue was fucking awesome. And it just kept going, you know? Anything else? Anything you want to add about this?
No, that's about it.
Cobra. Sorry. Yeah, okay, so I guess that's that. That's good. It was. Guys, let us know what your thoughts are if you liked it. You know, it's one of those double issue things where you're going to get 2 stories in there. Obviously, they're going to do more personnel file stuff, which is cool. I like it. I'm a little... I don't know how I feel about it cutting the main story in half, though, because, you know, they only got the 22, 23, whatever, 24 pages it is. I don't know if I like that, even though I do like the personnel file stuff. Well, you know what? Fuck that. If the main story is what it is, if it takes a little longer to get through, then that's fine. I don't know what this story... Here's the other thing. I don't know what this story is going to be. Like, where do you go with this group of people? Is it mission after mission? They're not going to grow as people. They're not going to... You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I mean, I guess they just continuous. They just continue to take on more, you know, like different missions and shit like that, you know.
So I guess this will be one of those... All right, so my prediction is that's what it's going to go. It's going to be mission after mission with some little things here and there. We get some personnel file stuff in the mix. We get to know a little more about them that way. If this turns out to be just a mission and then some of that stuff, I don't think it's going to happen every time. But I think if it happens every so often, like every 3rd issue, every 2nd issue, whatever, I don't care, every other issue, that's awesome. We get to see some stuff. If these guys grow as a team, like I'm looking forward to, if that's going to be the case, they grow as a team. I want to see what happens to what they do to Enchantress. If she becomes the villain like she does in the movie, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. But I'm intrigued. I'm definitely going to give it a second chance. And that's all we're going to fucking say about that, I guess. Right? Is that it? Okay. Well, we've come to the last thing we're going to talk about comic-wise, the last comic we're going to talk about, and that is Blue Beetle.
Motherfucking Blue Beetle.
You want to go ahead and give a quick recap?
Beetle Day a Soul. No,
Yeah.
But real quick, one thing that I liked about this shit, can you see like the, I don't know if you can see it on the digital version, can you see like the backdrop of these pages? Like the black and white like dots.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Doing?
The halftone.
Dude, that is fucking awesome.
It's halftone. Yeah. It's what our logo is.
Awesome.
It's the same shit our logo's in, and yeah, it's all like that shit, man.
It looks so fucking cool, man. Shit.
All right. So I'll do a real quick recap again. Spoilers. Blue Beetle. If you read the Rebirth issue, the DC Rebirth issue, we get some of it in here. Actually, they just kind of rehash the scene where he's talking to the guy inside the what the God, why can't I remember anyone's fucking name? Cord. So they're the whole remember he's wearing I'm looking at him wearing that Blue Beetle shirt. So Cord has created the bug, and it's that whole scene that was from Rebirth, and we'll get into that in a second. So okay, so real quick recap. Starts out where Jamie Reyes, he's he's a kid, he's talking to his parents, and he's on his way to school. His 2, I guess, best friends are fighting. They're arguing, and he's like, oh, guys, come on, blah, blah. So lots of little teeny bopper shit going on. And then all of a sudden he gets a phone call from Dr. Cord, and he's like, hey, listen, we've got some shit going down. These motherfuckers are calling you out. You need to go and stop it. So he shows up, and it's apparently these 2 guys, which is pretty funny. They spelled Beetle wrong, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
He's like, I noticed.
He's like a robot guy.
Yeah, he's like, tell you anything? He's like, they're not that smart, or they just don't care. So I think they just don't care. So there's 2 guys with these weird masks that look like they have no eyes and just big smiling faces. And what were they calling themselves again? I forget their name. Fuck.
I don't remember.
So
I don't remember either.
So it turns out, so he starts fighting these guys, and it's like in this restaurant. It's a coffee shop. So and they're holding these people hostage. He's like punching people, pulling punching people, pulling women's hair, like really being a bunch of fucking dirtbags. And they just want to call. They were basically hired to either kill or bring the Blue Beetle in or some shit. So they're fighting. A lot of things happen throughout the fight. Jamie is going back and forth with Cord, who's in the Beetle outside, up in the air, and they're going back and forth, and they're like, "Who the hell is this guy talking to?" And this and that, and yeah, and then he ends up destroying them. He breaks them. They're both robots, and they start coming back together, and they're starting to kick his ass as they're coming back together, which was actually really cool. There's banter. When it's all over with, they leave. They're like, they get themselves back together, these robots, and they disappear. And they're like, oh, this wasn't worth it. This isn't what we were getting paid for, blah, blah, blah. Then it goes to that scene where I was telling you about with from the DC Rebirth, where he's talking to him, and he's like, listen, I don't want to be the Blue Beetle. I came to you because I thought you could help me get it off of me. And then all of a sudden, he had to leave, and he turns back into the fucking Blue Beetle, and he takes off, and then Dr. Fate fucking shows up. Wait, did this happen?
This was in the Rebirth, right?
It was, right. Okay, so...
Because I recognize this shit.
Yeah,
he
so...
He tells him that he's fucking with magic. He ain't fucking with no...
Yeah.
And he says it's not what he said. It's not xenotechnology.
Right, it's not xenotechnology. It's actually magic. So I was like, oh shit, all right, yeah. So again, this was from the Rebirth, so they chucked that in there, which was cool. Then it shows up to... I don't know who this woman is. Okay. She... At first I thought...
Crazy as fuck.
Isn't... What? Zantana? Isn't that like a female magician? And is that DC or Marvel? I don't remember. Is that Marvel?
That's DC.
That is DC.
And she was in Injustice.
Right. Wasn't she a bad guy but then turned good or something?
I don't know. I think she's like Gambit. Like sometimes she's bad.
She's sometimes bad, or Deadpool, sometimes bad, sometimes good.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I thought that's who this was for a second. I don't know why. Because they said magic, and then I saw this, and she turns out to be the one that's looking. Obviously, she turns dark. Her true colors show up or whatever at the end, and she's standing there, and she's like, got some magic things happening. So, I hate her shoes, by the way. I want to just go ahead and... I hate her shoes. I hate when girls wear shoes like that. I don't know why. I just don't like those. Mean? I'm looking at the
like
thing.
What?
Look at her the panel where she's like, there are leftover chorizos in the fucking fridge.
But like, what in particular don't you like?
I don't like that full open toed with just a thick ass strap on the top. I don't know why, it just bothers me. And I saw that and I was like, gross.
All right, I got you.
Nice pantsuit, by the way. So I don't know. So obviously, this girl, she wears fucking pantsuits and it looks like a pirate shirt. One of those fluffy shirts up there. This is why it made me think like she's a magician or something. Like it might be that. I don't fucking know. But she's got a daughter apparently. I don't know. I said the word apparently 6 times. So okay. So we don't know what's going on. So she obviously was she hired those 2 idiots to do whatever. So all right. So there you go. That's the fucking story. Let's talk about things.
I liked most about this. The little powers that you see him do,
right?
Like when he when he sprouts the wings that stops all the shit from falling on the people,
or the fucking gun.
Yeah, his hand turns into the gun.
Right. So that's Blue Beetle.
And it just shoots. He's like, what the fuck?
You see how big it is? It looks like a fucking camera.
Yeah, dude. So like when he does learn to tame that thing,
right,
he'll be like a fucking god, dude. That's gonna be some crazy shit.
Okay,
and it looks awesome.
It looks awesome
when he has the wings out.
Yeah,
he looks fucking awesome.
His face is weird, right? Like it looks like a beetle. Like it's a very weird face. It's very off-putting
awesome,
because it's like a bug thing. It's very off-putting. But so here's a crazy thing. All right, so 2 things. One, my first run-in with Blue Beetle was it was a cartoon. I don't even know what show it was. Maybe it was Blue Beetle. I don't know. I think it was Batman Brave and the Bold. Oh, maybe. Okay. And he teamed up with Blue Beetle in space and had to fight these like guys. Yeah. So that was my first. I mean, I knew about Blue Beetle. I just never read anything or seen anything. And then I saw that and I'm like, oh, Blue Beetle. So all right, he's a young guy. He doesn't know. He's just got the powers. I like that idea. I like that. Very Spider-Man like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This guy's probably the most like Spider-Man. Not Not only because it's a bug-related powered thing, but he's also a kid in high school. So this is their Spider-Man, I guess. Okay, and that's fine. Awesome. I kind of like the Blue Beetle. I actually kind of really like the Blue Beetle. I like the concept. I think it's different. I always, and I did a little research about Blue Beetle after seeing that episode of Batman or whatever, and I like it. Yeah, he has these really, the suit can manifest, the Xenotech can manifest fucking weapons and armor, and I think it's really, really cool. He's got it goes space. He has space armor. Like, it re-armors itself to go into space or something. I think that's what happened in the cartoon or whatever. But, I don't know. I liked it. I thought it was pretty cool. I like it. I like how they had him fighting. Things I didn't like about this issue. A little heavy-handed in the beginning. Too many fucking panels and pages of his friends. Like, too much. It's like 3 pages of that shit. And I was like, ugh. Enough. 4 pages even. I just, all right, I don't, no, a little too much. I don't really get it. Unless they're going to play a bigger role later, you know? But,
yeah, because that girl right there is the one that just went home to that fucking pantsuit chick.
So oh, yeah, right. I was going to mention that. So they know that he's the Blue Beetle. So, idiot Scarab, he says. So they know that he's the Blue Beetle. So we don't know what happened, why that shit fucking attached itself to him. I want to know what happened to Cord. Cord was the Blue Beetle. Apparently, wasn't he?
I don't know.
Yeah, because he said when I was the Blue Beetle, like he said he used to be the Blue Beetle or something like that. And he's got the Blue Beetle fucking
maybe he was.
T-shirt.
Didn't he make the one that's on this guy or some shit? Or they found
I don't know. That's the thing, dude. I don't fucking know. I just don't. I don't know.
I guess we'll find out then.
I hope we find out because I'm like, he's the guy that he was the guy. Yeah, I don't know. So, but I do like the fact that there is Cord and Cord is helping him.
What cover did you get?
I have digital, so it's like I have both covers.
Oh, I got the one that's like white in the back.
Yeah,
standing on the DC symbol. He looks so fucking cool, man.
That's a real cool fucking
He looks so cool.
Yeah, that's a really cool.
You can't expect me to not just buy that.
I know. Yeah.
Just give me that shit.
It is really cool. So, so I like the fact that Cord's helping him, that he's not going at it alone, but he's not really helping him. He's like just being a dick.
Yeah, dude. Like, and their interactions are fucking funny.
Okay,
but their communication over the mic and how like he never says anything useful to him.
Yeah,
he's supposed to be helping him. Like,
yeah,
it's so funny.
I like that, but I also have an issue about that. Do you feel it's too much? Like, it's too much in the panel now. Like, I'm trying to fucking see what's happening in the action, and then they just won't stop talking to each other. And I love that device, though. I'm going to be honest. I love the device of them talking to each other. I love the fact that he never says anything helpful. He's just like, he's the Captain fucking Obvious, you know, and Jamie's like, Jesus, fucking help me already, you know? But at the same time, yeah, I kind of didn't, I think it was a lot. It was a lot of talking, you know, like all at once. But whatever, it's cool. I don't know if I can handle it all the time, though, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's great in film or TV when that happens, but in comics, I feel like it's a little much. You know what I'm saying? Am I making sense?
Yeah, no, I got you.
But
because reading is different than listening.
Right. And
listening can be done while you view something. Reading can't. You know, you can't read and look at fight scenes at the same time.
Yeah, it's a little rough. It's a little rough. I'm not gonna lie, real quick, that the one page where the wings pop out to grab the rubble, the collapsed ceiling.
Yeah.
Something about his hands. Okay. I'm putting my arms out like he is, and I'm realizing I thought he was holding that. I thought at first he was holding it up, and I'm like, but his hands are fucking backwards. He's not. He's just, his arms are out over his head. His arms are out, fingers splayed, and he's got
his arms up when he put the wings out.
Yeah. Okay. I get it. Okay, now it makes sense. Okay.
Like as if the arms are the wings.
Yeah, okay, I got it. All right. It was just weird at first. It's fucking weird. Anyway.
Yeah, no. Now that you bring attention to that, I actually remember looking at that. Like, what the fuck?
Like, why? It's weird.
Because his right hand, especially, looks like he's.
Yeah, because you're drawn directly there first, and I'm like, oh, it looks like it's holding it up. Like it could be his left hand holding it up, and then you go down the arm, and you're like, but wait, that's not right. And then yeah. And the fact that they put those fingertips, like the light circles in the fingertips, like that's something you would do when they're on glass or something. Like you see, that's when I used to draw, and you see when you put your fingers on glass or something, like it does that pressing.
Yeah.
So I know I used to love drawing.
That was used
like
a lot
that.
in like older cartoons when I was a kid. Like
exactly, right,
like that was like a heavy.
And I thought it just looked weird. It's I mean, not really that successful, I guess.
Still drawing awesome though. I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, look, there are some again, some fantastic detail in some of these panels.
When his hand turns into a fucking like mace with spikes on it, and he fucking hits the guy with it too.
Yeah, that was fucking cool.
That shit. Dude,
yeah,
this shit's awesome, man.
Yeah, he's fucking dope. He's definitely fucking cool. He's definitely so. I'm excited. I'm excited for it. These two generic looking idiots though, these guys, and that's great though. They look cool though. I like it.
Yeah, but they turn out to kind of like be badasses.
They were definitely bad.
They break apart and then they're fighting them broken apart.
That was just as they're coming back together, right? And they were like choking him out, and like they were trying to kill this motherfucker. I like it. I liked it. I liked it a lot. His armor, he's not used to the armor like you said earlier, and it's overriding him again. And yeah, I think it's going to be interesting seeing him do this shit. You know, I think it's going to be interesting. I hate his feet. I hate his feet. I hate it. I hate the way they're designed. It bothers me because they're like pointy and they have black underneath, but sometimes the way it's drawn, it looks fucking dumb. And like his foot looks just weird.
They're not like that on the cover though. On the cover, they're just normal.
Let me look at the cover.
The one that I have with the white.
Yeah, that I like better. That's the way they should be, where it's mostly like that, but then he draws them with this, like, look at the first page where it says, the Blue Beetle, please die. Will the real Blue Beetle please die? His leg is back in this weird position, and it looks like a fucking flipper. Like, I'm like, I don't like that. It's weird.
And it looks like a flipper.
Yeah, this whole beginning... At first, you think this whole first page is cool, but then you find, and then this guy's like zip lining out of the fucking floating beetle, but he never did that. And what is he doing? And it's like, come on. I get it. It's just supposed to be like essentially a cover. That could be like a cover. You know what I mean? Like, I love these guys' costumes. So that huge mouth or impression of a mouth with no eyes looks fucking so cool. And they're stupid costumes. I love it. They're like inverse of each other. I liked it. I liked it a lot. Anyway, so that's it. Whatever. Good little cliffhanger it ended on. Yeah. I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, no, that's
definitely read more. Definitely gonna check it out. I think it's definitely think it's something fun. Okay. What do you say? What do you say we just go ahead and do our last little segment? I don't really have anything else to talk about. We kind of
something I saw on that I keep seeing on other pages. I saw a big poster for it in the comic stores. Doom Patrol, written by fucking Gerard Way from My Chemical Romance.
Oh shit! Really?
So that is gonna be a pickup for me because 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge was like amazing to me.
yeah, that's
fuck
true.
The Black Parade. I don't care what anybody says.
Oh, but I love Black Parade though.
I mean, Black
so
Parade was
fucking
good. But it wasn't like what? No, it wasn't. It wasn't the same, dude. It wasn't as good. I'm sorry.
I might have to listen to it. Maybe I didn't listen. I don't think I listened to all of it because it came out after, right?
Yeah, Black Parade was after.
Yeah.
3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge was before.
Oh, you know what it is? I'm such a dick sometimes. Sometimes with music, I won't go back. I won't go back and listen, or I take all their shit and throw it in a mix, and I never know what song is from where. I just throw it up in the mix. I did that with Good Charlotte. I did that with them. Panic at the Disco. Everybody like that. Dude, I love Good Charlotte. Good Charlotte was awesome. That was my fucking, if you want to call punk rock phase. It's not really.
You got any chance?
Emo rock.
Have you ever heard of the Lowdowns?
I want to say yes. Don't know if I've heard them though.
they're from California, and they're very small time. And I found this
Yellow Card. I love California bands. Yellow Card was a fucking great fucking band from fucking SoCal.
Do you fuck with anything heavier? Do you fuck with White Zombie?
Nah.
No?
Nothing that crazy. And again, I haven't listened to that shit. It's all fucking EDM right now. I'm just all about fucking EDM.
I can't do EDM.
Nightcore shit. Yeah, dude, you'd fucking laugh your ass off if you heard the shit I listen to.
I can't.
Kygo. I fucking love Kygo. Kygo's goddamn amazing to me right now. Porter Robinson. Fucking good shit, man. I'm into it, man. This is our music segment, I guess.
Yeah, right?
You should read. Listen to music.
You should read some music.
Whatever, man. Went off topic. It's no good. Well, actually, it wasn't even a topic about it. But
I mean,
but anyway,
we don't have anything to talk about for You Should Read, so fuck it. I guess it's an extra.
It's all about music. Yeah.
I mean,
so what?
Fucking No Man's Sky the last 2 times, right? Fuck it.
I know. Yeah. I mean, but then again, so yeah. I guess I don't really got anything for You Should Read. It's just we're into a lot of shit right now. I haven't been reading that much. I'm starting that new YouTube channel. For Game of Thrones and Walking Dead stuff, and actually after this podcast, I'm gonna record that later tonight. So, guys, want to check that out? I'll talk about more of that probably by our next issue, our next episode 14. I'll have all that set up, and you guys can go check that out if you want to check that out. If you like those shows, I think that's it. Let's just call it, guys. I want to thank you for listening to us. If we had sponsors. So I applied to be in the Comics Podcast Network and Comic Podcast Network. Anyway, I applied to be in that. I haven't heard back anything. So maybe next time, I'll get to begin and end the show by saying we're part of the Comics Podcast Network. I don't know. If you want to check out the Comics Podcast Network, do a search online. You can check it out. We're trying to get it to be a part of that. Yeah, that's it, guys. You want to reach out to us? We're at the Comics Noob on everything: Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, Instagram. Check us out at the Comics Noob. If you want to get to Alec, he is what are you again?
The Cult of Personality on Instagram. That's pretty much all that really matters.
Yeah, Cult of Personality on Instagram. You're Shepherd on Twitter. Yeah, dude, guys, leave us some comments and stuff like that. Please let us know what you think. I'd love to find people who are listening to us. If you want to let us know what you're listening to us on, that'd be awesome. We're on iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play, YouTube, Stitcher, where all MP3 podcasting services are available.
You
I guess.
Call us podcast whores.
Podcast whores. Yeah, got to get out there, Anyway, that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you. Keep reading those comics. Keep watching those shows, playing those video games.
Yes.
And I think that'll do it for us. So without further ado, thank you, guys. We love you. Thank you very much. I'll talk to you soon. See ya. Peace.